What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed, and I'm here today to discuss another biopharmaceutical biotech company that I'm very, very interested in. Again, I'm not doing this for financial advice, nor am I a financial advisor, so please do your own due diligence, do your own research, and try to identify stocks that you truly believe in the long term, but I'm just sharing the ones I do. So again, guys, I appreciate all the support you have been showing us, showing the channel, especially in the Discord. The conversations we are having are fantastic. So continue doing those. If you do want to join the Discord, please use the description in the link below. I have a link. It's completely free. Anyone is welcome. Please come in. I just ask that you respect others and, go on and have good dialogues with one another and myself. And lastly, I do have a Webull affiliate link below. It helps out the channel quite a bit. So if you don't have Webull and you're interested in trading in the pre and aftermarket, those are the only reasons that I truly think Webull has an advantage over the conventional brokerages that people are used to using, like Robinhood and maybe some other ones for trading. So Webull does give you 4 free stocks with signing up with the link below if you deposit $100. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So Heat Biologics is what I want to talk about today because the analysts guys, the Wall Street guys, the big dudes, the big ones, they are saying that this here is a strong buy with price targets that are actually pretty significant. So because of that, it kind of opened my eyes to it. And again, I don't like making price predictions because I'm not a financial advisor or an analyst, but these guys know what they're doing. They've been doing it for years and years and years, and they have good, strong track records. And that's why I share these picks with you guys. And oftentimes, more often than not, they do follow the trends that these people predict. So Heat Biologics, activating the immune system. This is a company that is specifically looking to stimulate patients' T cells. So the T cells, again, are T killer cells. They help us, kill tumor cells before they actually become full-on tumors. And again, with these T cells, we all have them. And oftentimes when people get cancer, we give them medications to treat it. We give them chemotherapy. We give them targeted radiation if we can, et cetera, et cetera. There's already conventional therapies, but Heat Biologics is looking to penetrate, again, patients' own T cells with this GP96, and I'll discuss what that is in more detail. Again, I don't want to do too much of a deep dive, but again, it's kind of like the Swiss Army knife of our immune system, this GP96. So if you could stimulate GP96, that could potentially help patients kill tumor cells if they have cancer, instead of giving them something like chemo. But right now, all the studies that have been done are augmented with both a biologic, so some type of mAb that I've discussed in the past, or some type of chemotherapy, in addition to the GP96 that I'll be discussing in more detail. So again, guys, this is Heat Biologics. Let's look at their pipeline. They have their product pipeline here. So currently, the thing that is most advanced in stage 2, almost stage 3 clinical trials is the HS110 for non-small cell lung cancer, NSCLC. So GP96 and CTAs for cell therapy. This is the thing that is really, really, really exciting me. So we can go into more detail about that. Here's the HS110. So again, in essence, it is their first biologic product candidate in a series of proprietary impact. Again, that's just a trade the impact is what they're naming it for now. Based immunotherapies designed to stimulate a patient's own T cells to destroy cancer. So they have a little image here of killer T cells, CD8 T cells, strained brown in a tumor of lung cancer patients. So you can kind of just look at the image there. But again, the thing that I'm most interested in is kind of what they discuss here, using our own GP96 platform. And there's an article here that I read through a little bit. Again, it's Nature Immunology. Nature is very reputable. So again, if you want to do your own research to look into more of what this GP96 is, please go in and read that. They do a pretty good job of explaining it. Again, Nature is highly reputable in the medical field. Anyone that publishes work in this journal, we can respect because they are very selective on who they allow to publish in their platform. So I'll link this article in the description so you could read more about GP96 because that's not what the point of the video is. So again, the company has developed the HS110 as the treatment for patients with non-small cell lung cancer, which affects a lot of people up until this day. So HS110 is an off-the-shelf cell-based therapy, and the scientists have genetically engineered HS110 to secrete a wide range of cancer testes, antigens, chaperoned by GP96 proteins. So guys, this is like next level engineering, biogenetic engineering. This is just something, or bioengineering. This is all way above me, but it excites me because, again, they're showing some positive data, and I'll share the articles again in the description below for you guys to read more into, because I know for the majority of you, you're investors, so you're not too interested in the science. Of course, for me, it's kind of like, oh, I want to learn more, but that's not the point of this video. So let's go ahead and continue. The financials matter to investors, correct? And that's kind of what was the big thing that struck this company, is they had a huge downfall in their ratings by analysts because they had really poor earnings Q2 2020. So Q3 2020, they came out, and again, you can look through their financials, what they talked about in their financial statement. But again, here they said the big highlight is over $117 million of cash and short-term investments. So they have money, they have some sort of cash flow going in. So you can read through kind of what they have here. But as of September 30th, 2020, the company had approximately $117 million in cash equivalents and short-term investments, which is super important because their operating expenses and everything like that in the R&D process in general for big pharma, biotech, all these kind of company, all these sorts of that sector, basically, there's a lot of operating expenses and not enough revenue coming in because, again, if you look here at their pipeline, let's go back, everything is either in preclinical, phase 1, or phase 2. So once it's done with phase 3, it goes through the NDA process, the new drug application through the FDA, goes through that processing. That is finally when we'll see results, and then if they get approved, revenue starts coming into the company. So for all of those who truly believe in the science that is backing them, that is when we know, that's when we're rewarded. High risk, high reward, because again, very early on, but you're going to be pretty excited to see what the analysts say for the next 12 months as the forecast for the price. Now, again, that's just more about that. The GP96, as I mentioned, I'll link below in the description for you all to read about, because again, I think this is very significant. And it has been used, of course, but again, what they're doing with it for non-small cell lung cancer is really, really awesome. So I truly believe that this has some strong potential. Now, let's look at HTBX as a ticker symbol, Heat Biologics. So guys, as you see, I just looked at the 1 year even. They found, again, nothing too significant with the company because, again, it's an early stage biopharmaceutical. When you look at things, the 5 year, it's always weird to me. That's all nonsense. Let's look at the 1 year. That's all I care about. Because oftentimes there's glitches and stuff in Google. But as you can see, $5.74, $6.79 is kind of where they peaked way back early 2020, mid to the pandemic. Because again, one of the other things on their pipeline, let's go back, is the COVID-19 vaccine. So I don't want to overlook that. So again, plus viral antigen. So they're looking to do using GP96 and viral antigens. So I know a lot of the vaccines that are currently there are mRNA vaccines. So guys, this is one that's going to be different, that might have better results in the long term. So that's another thing we have to think about. Right now, we only know short-term information about the current COVID-19 vaccines, including Moderna, Pfizer, potentially Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca, and potentially Oxford. So remember, all the ones that are currently available and in the pipeline to become available in the very near future, we don't know exactly the long-term efficacy of these things. Efficacy meaning how well they will work. So let's remember that as well. Now, Heat Biologics, HTBX. If you go up, so it looks like it peaked at $25 in July 20. And the only article I could find was through Simply Wall Street. Only article I can find was through Simply Wall Street, and they mentioned that basically there was a big worry about their financials. The revenues, $1.5 million in 2020, implying a 53% decline in sales compared to the last 12 months, so a year ago, prior to, and again, this was published in July, based off pretty much the Q2 earnings when they discussed, or their annual earnings. So that, of course, worries people, and it worries the analysts because they think, a company that doesn't have enough cash flow to keep its operations running ends up either going bankrupt, or they just have to decrease. They have to become very conservative with their spending, which slows down R&D, etc., things that we don't like. But since then, it did have a significant price drop. And again, it looks like it kind of found a bottom around the $7.14 mark, went up to about $8, $9, kind of came back down to $6.65. And again, nothing too significant lately. So if you look at the 5-day, since then it's went up about 12%. So a little bit of a run up in the last 5 days without much news. So again, people might just be buying in after analyst ratings have become very positive, the 12-month forecast. And that's what I'm here to talk about. So I'm using tip ranks here. And if you could see, 4 analysts are saying that it is a strong buy. Look at the very low. The very low is $20 as a price target for this one, 190% upside. The very high, a 400% upside. So let's think about that for a second. Currently, as I mentioned, it's at $6.89. So at the very low, in the next 12 months, what these analysts are saying, based off, the clinical trial phases, what they're doing with their COVID vaccine, everything like that, they're suspecting that this stock and this company is going to be doing very, very well, increasing their basically the value of their stock by 400%, up to 400%, and at a low 200%. So what's that mean for me? The fact that 4 people are saying it from all these different analyst firms, I think it's a no-brainer. I think for me, what I'm going to do is Monday, I have not opened a position yet, but I will be buying in a position. And again, it could be almost an easy money grab for the next 12 months. And again, it's out of the penny stock range, but still considered a very undervalued stock. Its current market cap, 157 million. And I know I've been focusing a lot about these small market caps, but I think these provide and present the biggest opportunities for us. So let's not forget that. So guys, again, do your own due diligence. Please do your own research, because Biologics, HTBX truly has, I think, some potential here. So do the research, look into the Nature's Immunology little article about what GP96 is, because again, if you understand that, you'll understand why people are so excited about this new T-cell stimulator technology that they want to start using in patients who have non-small cell lung cancer. So again, look at their pipeline, look at the other things. They have some things for solid tumors, a couple in the pipeline. Again, OX40L, you can look into it. I didn't want to dive too deep into it, because the thing that we're very focused on is right here, the GP96 and CTAs plus the COVID-19 GP96. Mechanistically, again, it's different than the current conventional vaccines that are available. So let's remember that. It excites me. Look at the price forecast, look at the targets, see if Jason McCarthy, he's the one who just came out with BNGO, BioNano. So he's the one who came out and said it's a $14 price target, and we're approaching that pretty quickly. So he's saying it's a $22. So maybe you just trust in Jason. I don't know. So guys, do your own research, do your own due diligence. And of course, as always, until next time, keep investing.